UCF Football has a very unique brand, and UCF Football has a very unique way of recruiting. Hi, my name's Brian Smith. I am the publisher of Inside the Knights on Fan Nation, powered by Sports Illustrated. And here's a little overview of what's going on with UCF recruiting for the class of 2022, and a little bit of information as we finish up part one in this article towards part two and what UCF's going to be doing long term. So first off, UCF recently gained the commitment of Cameron Moore, a linebacker that's very talented, but a little bit underrated. But he's also a microcosm of what UCF does, and that's develop. They take players that fit their system, they build them up, they go through the strength and conditioning program, redshirt, etc. a lot of the time, and then they make an impact. That's not always going to be the case, though. Gus Malzahn has been in this program for about 6 months, brought in quite a few transfers, which is something else I'll talk about momentarily. And he's also brought in players that are very talented, both in classes prior to being at UCF and now, and it looks to be headed in the right direction for the classes of 23, 24, and beyond. So what does this mean? Well, the recruiting rankings don't really do much to help UCF in their exposure. They just talk about high school kids, which is fine in general. But what about programs that sign 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 transfers? How do you rank them? There is no particular barometer yet. And that's why I'm kind of writing this piece and blending it with where UCF is and where they're headed. UCF could be one of the better programs in the country over the next several years, but you're not going to find that based on recruiting rankings. That's unfortunate, but again, still very true. Look for the Knights to get a little bit more into big-time players like Ohio State or Oregon or Clemson, Notre Dame, Texas A&M would recruit. But for now, it's a developmental program and should be labeled nothing more than that, because signing just a couple of elite players like Giannis Thompson or Nakai Martinez is a good start, but it's nowhere near what Ohio State or Alabama did. With the SI 99, they signed 11 each in the class of 21. 11 each. That's about 20% of that entire group. So it's incredible what they did, but UCF finds their way through all the muck in college football just fine. And for now, it's a developmental program. Long term, however, look for the Knights to really try to ramp it up and gain more big-time commitments. That's not going to probably start until 23 or maybe 24, but that's where the Knights are headed. Brian Smith, publisher of Inside the Knights.